Republicans tried to purge voters in Nevada and they lost. Welcome back to Democracy Docket. I'm Marc Elias.
And I'm Paige Moskowitz. Let's get started. Republicans claim that Nevada's voter roll maintenance program is insufficient, but they just lost in court. Marc, tell us what happened.
Yeah, this is a big setback for Republicans in Nevada and a big win for voters. Republicans, brought this bogus Purge case, and Paige, I feel like you and I could talk about bogus Purge cases every day of the week, and we wouldn't have enough time to make enough videos. But this was a big one because this was one they dedicated a lot of resources. It was brought in federal court. They had what I call their A team of lawyers. Paige, we grade on a curve
with an asterisk mark.
Yeah, we grade on a curve here. They had their national lawyers on behalf of the RNC, coming into Nevada thinking they're going to do this, and they were tossed out. They were tossed out largely based on the fact that their complaint was not technically sufficient under the statute. I'll save you the details on that. And because they didn't have standing to sue in this case. But but make no mistake, anytime Republicans lose is a good day for democracy, and it's a day to celebrate.
So what happens now? Can they appeal this decision?
So they could appeal it, but what they asked the court for was the right to have a couple of weeks to refile their complaints, to essentially try to make up the deficiencies. Paige, I got news for you. They can't make up the deficiencies, okay? Their lawsuit is deficient because they have no lawsuit. It's a bogus lawsuit, but they have the opportunity. The judge said, you want to refile and try again, go ahead and do that. I think it'll wind up in the same place.
Is the RNC filing lawsuits like this in other states?
Paige, have you not been paying attention? Of course they're filing lawsuits like this in other states. They and their allies are filing lawsuits around the country, trying to make states remove voters from the rolls, try to make states provide data and information to these right-wing vigilante groups to allow voter challenges, right? A purge is when the state removes people from the rolls. A voter challenge is when the vigilantes try to force the state to remove voters from the rolls by submitting these lists of people they've never met, who they don't know, but who they want kicked off the list page. You know what they're doing when they do that, right? They're targeting the voters they don't want. They're targeting Black, brown, young voters. They're targeting Democratic voters. And we're going to see a lot more of that. And Democracy Docket's coverage of the voter challenge world has been exemplary. But we are seeing this all over the country.
We talked about this when the lawsuit was first filed, about how it was such a long shot, it probably wouldn't succeed. But one of the things you mentioned then is that to Republicans, it's not necessarily important that they win cases like this. It may actually be more important to them and their base if they lose these cases. What did you mean by that?
Paige, the Republicans have a three-part strategy with these lawsuits. Number one, for some of them, they think, what the hell, maybe we'll win. Not a high probability, but, broken clock right twice a day. So number one, they think they may, in off chance, win the case. Number two, as you point out, it's a rallying the base. It's a way of perpetuating the big lie. It's a way of explaining why Donald Trump lost in 2020 and why he will lose in 2024, right? So they are both explaining their past electoral defeats as well as pre-explaining, conditioning their electorate to why they will lose in 2024 because of they lost in court, right? They blame the courts as part of the deep state, that if only Donald Trump had had a chance to pitch his case to a judge, he would have won. Well, let me tell you, Paige, they pitched their cases to 65 cases. They lost 64 of them. In Nevada, they got a full hearing, discovery, full hearing, everything. They lost in Nevada. So that's number two. And then number three, Paige, is that for some of these cases, they are setting up post-election challenges, right? What are they doing? They're saying, look, these voter rolls were rigged. So then when they get to the post-election, when they lose Nevada, they can say, you see, we told you it was rigged. We told you there was going to be illegal voting. And this was a lawsuit we brought before the election. And this now serves as the basis to set aside the election results after the election. And if a court then doesn't do that, then, well, we all saw the progression last time, right? They went to court, they lost in court, they did fake electors. We know that a number of the fake electors have now been indicted. There's a whole thing about that going on in Nevada, which you can find on Democracy Docket. And then when that failed, Paige, came violence in the nation's capital and an insurrection on January 6th. So you can see they're already starting laying the foundation and the predicate for the future.
Speaking of laying the foundation for their election challenges this fall, this voter roll maintenance lawsuit wasn't the only litigation the RNC was pursuing in Nevada. Tell us about this other lawsuit.
Yeah, what's interesting, Paige, is we've talked about this a little bit before. They're only not bringing their national lawyers and bringing the RNC itself, but Donald Trump, his campaign is a plaintiff in only 2 cases in the country. And those are 2 cases in Nevada, right? So they are truly, anyone who tells you that Trump thinks he's going to win Nevada or that Nevada is not competitive, ask them, why are they litigating so many cases in Nevada? And why is it that the Trump campaign are plaintiffs in 2 Nevada cases? And those cases in Nevada, Paige, deal with a very, very important issue of when absentee ballots count in Nevada, when they are mailed in the days leading up, but come in on the day after or a couple of days after Election Day. They're trying to throw all of those ballots out, set the predicate to not count ballots, mail-in ballots that they don't like. And so those cases are important. But, we've also seen, Paige, litigation in Nevada by conservatives, which I expect we're going to see about issues about certification, intimidating election officials. So we're going to see a whole smorgasbord of litigation from Republicans in Nevada, which is why you need to make sure you are subscribed to Democracy Docket's free daily and weekly newsletters, and you subscribe to our channel. This channel now has more than, Paige, wait for it, 100,000 subscribers. And you can become one of them if you're not already by clicking the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this episode of Democracy Docket. We'll see you next time.